selenium as a keyword. So
Yeah.
I just want to know like what level of understanding we need to have. Sometimes I may need to be hands-on, or I may need to guide the team on what kind of automation we can do, right? So if I have some kind of a knowledge on what is the current
Right.
selenium
Mm, mm,
usage,
mm.
that would be easy for me to
Yeah.
understand. So that's the main point.
Okay. Soumya.
Hi, Ravi. Though I'm from IT background, I don't have any prior IT experience. So I want to learn from basics of Selenium.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
Jeevita.
you.
Yeah.
Hi, I don't have any experience into IT and I don't have knowledge about IT as well. I just came to learn about the basics of the testing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Abneya. Hello. Yeah. Abneya. Okay. Uh, yeah. You are muted. You are unmuted. Just tell me your experience. What is your expectation of this class? If you are not able to talk, just ping me in the chat. Okay. So why you asking all this? Oh, yeah. You are.
Hi,
Yeah. Yeah. Abneya. Yes. Go
hi
ahead.
Ravi. Yeah, I have 4 years of experience in web developing. I
Mm-hmm.
would like to switch it to automation testing.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I have manual testing experience.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I would like to learn on
Okay.
automation with Selenium.
Yeah, got it. Yeah. So yeah. So I was asking these questions to everyone, right? So that I can get what your expectation and what you want. So that I can, I mean, the course content is same, but few things will be added, right? Suppose you are most of the people are new who are expecting basics. So we'll spend a little bit time on basics. Sometimes like for like switching the jobs, right? So we'll add some interview questions, interview points. So like that way. That's why we'll be covering all the things in the this class. So the class will be every day, same time, 1 hour. We'll be having a doubt sessions on the weekends, right? Suppose we discuss a few or four type topics in the week, and you're not able to understand them. Like felt okay, a little bit slow. Then we can have separate classes. Whoever the people who don't have understand, we can separate class on the weekend to go through doubts and what is the one we can discuss. So main agenda is tolerate. There's no time limit. Suppose we learn 5 concepts, it should be learned 5 concepts completely. It should be expert. That's what we'll teach and we'll learn together. Right? So every class will be recorded. Every class it will be uploaded in the YouTube and you should be accessing with your email IDs. Right? In that case, you can go through a video lifetime. It's not like 1 year or 2 years. At any time, you can go through that video, you can understand. And same time, we'll be having a common group with everyone where you can share the doubts or you can ping me, right, individually, or you can share in the group. It's like that. Okay. The main activity is completely interactive. We'll be asking the questions, we'll be discussing one by one, like that. So we'll spend most of the time in the basics class. Suppose you want to spend 10 days for basic, right? But we'll spend 15 days in the basic so that make sure we'll basic strong. Because Selenium and Java, right? Nothing if you know the concept easily. If you know the concept, everything is easy. Just like commands. The main thing is you should learn the basic properly. Selenium and Java very easy if you learn the concept. It's very difficult if you don't learn the concept or if you don't practice. Two things. You have to practice at the same time you have to learn the concept. Okay. So we'll be covering manual testing basics a bit. Then we'll be covering automation testing. Then we'll covering Java, everything. Right? So main thing is we'll be covering Java because Java is important. Whatever the Selenium, right? Selenium is common for any. It's a kind of framework. So you can use Java, you can use Python, you can use any tool, right? Any language, Selenium comes concept is same. So here we'll be discussing more on Java and Selenium because it's like 90% or 85% projects are Selenium with Java. Okay, so if you know the Selenium, right, you can write any language. Suppose you are expert in Python, you can write same thing in Python. If you're expert in Java, you can write the same thing in Java. Okay. Clear, right? Now let me share my screen. We'll discuss. Just a second, just a second. Yeah. So let me share my screen and we'll discuss what we're gonna do. So meanwhile, right, if you have any doubts at any time, you can just unmute yourself, just ask me. Okay. Right. So we'll be covering first all the testing basics because we have a lot of types of testing, like why we are doing testing, what is that, why we have to do, what is the process, right? And we'll be discussing Selenium. What see, if you Selenium and Java are difficult, no. It's very easy, very easy. You will tell after 10 days of class. Because Selenium is nothing but there are some 40 or 50 commands. If you know the 40 commands, that's it. Selenium is done. Selenium is very easy. We have to spend time on Java. Okay, we have to just spend our time on Java. Selenium is very easy because it's like some 10 concepts in there. If you know the 10 concepts, that's it. The only problem, only thing will come in Java. Because we usually a Selenium concept in writing a Java, right? That's where little bit time will happen. But that's why we're spending 10 days to 15 days on Java itself, for Java, to know how to write, what is the framework level, how an expert guy will writing the automation code. Even though we are beginners, everyone including me. But once we end on the end of the course, everyone will be experts. Because I'll be telling you how the beginners will write a code, how experts will write a code, how normal person will write a code, like that, like different differences. Okay, so let's understand what is testing, right? What is software testing? So software testing nothing but it's like uh, one of the part in our IT. It's like whenever we got a build or a product developer, right, in our dev environment, so we have to do a testing. Means make sure our product is expected to requirements or not. Suppose we have a requirement guide, right, or we have a requirement document. So we have to go through that and we have to write a test cases and we have to check whether what is the testing, I mean, what is the product is delivered according to that. The product has not delivered based on our requirement, so we'll be not giving any sign off to the next environment. So you know, right, what is environment here? That's why if you are not able to understand any words, no, just let me know at the time. Because someone may know environment, someone may not, right? So you don't have to worry. You can ping me or chat me, or just ping. Let me know if you're not able to understand any words which I'm using here. Okay, so environment nothing but in every product, right? In any company, we have environment like Day1 environment for developers where they will deploy the code, they will test on their environment. And after that, we have testing environment or UAT, where it will come to us where we'll be doing our testing. So once we're done with the testing or UAT, then it's go to production. Production is like main environment where really users will be testing it. Okay, so generally we'll be do testing on dev or test environment. Okay, yeah. So once that's a software testing generally to cover end-to-end testing cycle. We have bug life cycle, we have reporting life cycle, we have testing cycle, we have reports, documents, everything will come on software testing. So in the software testing, I get two types, right? Functional testing and automation testing. So functional testing is nothing but where we'll be testing using a manual tester or manually. Manual means without any automation tool. See, man, for functional testing, automation testing, everything is same, only the way of execution. In a manual testing or functional testing, the execution will be manually, like by person. Whereas in automation testing, same thing will be happen with a tool. Okay, that's a difference between functional and automation. And now let's say we have one more called retesting. I have got a build version V1 today. I have tested it, right? And I have found that some three bugs. Okay, three bugs are defects are nothing but the application should have one expectation. So let's see what is the bug. Let's take a real time application. Let's say suppose see in the search box, I should see search Amazon.in. That's my requirement. Whenever I open Amazon.in, in the search, I should see search Amazon.in in the backlash. I can type, right? It should be what, but without typing, it should display. This is my requirement. So now, once you got the build and you saw there is a blank here, like the search is there, is blank. Now that is a bug or defect, right? It's a bug or defect. So now we'll be raising a defect saying that, okay, search text is not there. So we'll be raising a defect. So next time what developer will do, they will fix this issue. They will give a build number or version number V2. So in the version 2, the bug should be fixed. That's what the V2 goal. So even though now V2 got it, just refresh it. Okay, let's say it deployed and you saw the search. It means our test case, bug is closed. So once this bug is closed, right, and we tested this particular thing, that we call retesting. Okay, this is we call retesting. Retest is nothing but once you got new build, where we'll be testing the main bug part. Okay, that's called retesting. And regression testing is, so along with the bug, there could be change in other areas also, right? Suppose I have 10 components in my application, one component is the issue, but while deploying, all 10 components will be deployed. True. So in the 10 components, apart from one component which has bug, there are 9 other components, right? So we make sure that in the second version, even though there is no bug in the 9 components, we have to test other 9. Because we don't know, right, when the things will be have issues or not. That's we call regression testing. Okay. So now, once you come to automation testing means we have to do testing by a tool, right? So tool means again we have two types. Whenever you say any tool, right, in our IT industry, we have open source and commercial. What is open source? Open source nothing but a free tool. Okay, free tool is one of our free tool is Selenium. Means anyone can download this tool and use it. We don't have to pay any cost. At same time, we have a commercial tool. Commercial tool means we have to get a licenses and we have to pay. That's one of the examples EFT and QTP. So EFT and QTP are famous before 6-7 years, right? Because at that time, the people might not know to tell him what it do, and at that time, this is famous. But once Selenium got picked up in the market, right? Like from 8 or 9 years, you can say Selenium is very excellent tool, it's free and supports a lot of things which is the commercial tools provide. That's why more projects are into Selenium than these things. Because it's free, right? They have to, companies or budgets, they can reduce a lot of, budgeting, right? On if you're going for the Selenium. That's why Selenium is more famous and every project, everything is in Selenium mode. Right? So now, why it is Selenium? So Selenium is like a web application automation tool. Selenium is nothing but web automation tool. Okay. So till now, any doubts or okay? Are you able to understand my slang or my words? Just let me know if you're not able to understand. No issues at all. You can ping me in the chat if you're not able to tell. But please be open up.
Can you please repeat what is retesting?
Yeah. Okay. Others? I told you, right, it's completely class will be interactive session. It's like free. Like we are teammates. We're discussing one by one.
So
Like
you will be
yeah.
you will be giving an basic knowledge about QTP as well?
No. We are not coding QTP.
Okay, only on the
Selenium.
Selenium.
Manual testing
Okay.
in Selenium. Java.
Oh, okay, fine. Is it mandatory or just to have a knowledge about QTP, or is it not required to
No, not
attend the
required at all.
interview?
Zero.
Oh, okay.
So you don't
Okay.
have to worry about QTP therapy. No one will be asking on the process.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah.
Okay.
And I have a question. Like, do you give only the do you only explain the basics of manual testing, or will you go deeper about all the?
Like covering like medium level, you can say. Right. So manual testing is nothing but concepts. So we'll be discussing the concepts and I will be sharing some documents related to the testing.
About writing the test cases, how will you help us writing the test cases?
That should discuss in basic level. But if you want more on, right, we can connect on the weekend, like who are nairs in manual testing, right? So we can have a separate classes in the same course only. Because people who know already manual testing, they can skip it. But they want to know, you want to know like deeper manual testing, you want to know the testing or doubts, we can have a class in the weekend separately, we can continue. I mean, just including the Selenium course only. You don't have to pay extra anything like that. That's covered in this course.
Okay, thank you.
Also, can you just repeat on regression testing?
Yeah, I'll be covering re and regression testing again. Okay, any other doubts now? Are you able to understand the words? Because few may not similar with the idea or the right, you may experience. But that's why don't have to worry, don't have to feel anything. Just ask me anyway. Because this is a completely paid sessions, right? You gonna guys be paid for the fees. That's not like free sessions. You have every right to ask whatever I'm telling in the class. Okay, no other doubts? Shall we continue? Okay, yeah. So let's say this is my Amazon, right? So this is the first time we got the application. Okay. So now I have issued the search. Correct? That's first issue. Second issue, let's say example, this business link is not working. I mean, let's say even the ticket is not redirecting. Okay. So I have raised these two issues in my developer. Yeah. Right. So what's I said? Let's say version V1. Let's do V1. So let's say version V1 build. So the text is not displayed. The bug not displayed. And the same for business link not working. Okay. So now what will happen? Developer will fix this issue and we got a V2 build. V2 build is nothing but they fix this, they deploy on a server. So if I refresh, they said, okay, just refresh, we deploy. They will say like that. So once you refresh, so you will be checking these two things, right? So see, if you take any application, there are not a single component. There are a lot of components in the backend to make sure it works. Right. So let's say this is the one component and this is one component. Like there are a lot of components. Correct. So let's say V1 is total include of 20 components. 20 components together is our application. This application is 20 components. So now here, out of two components, we have issues. Right? One is search text and business. So now in the V2 build, developer says we have fixed everything, just test it and confirm. So what you say? You say, okay, second build, okay, I'm able to search. And next is, okay, Amazon business link is working. Right? My two defects are working, right? My two defects are passed. So now testing of these two defects only, the new build. Testing of the two components which have bug that we call retesting. Means we'll be testing the areas where the bugs are there. Understood, right? That's called retesting. But now if you observe, so they might have, I mean, they can't deploy only two components, right? They have to deploy entire 20 components to make sure application working. So now, do you think the other item components there could be issue or not issue? I mean, what are the chances? In the V1, V2, there is no change in item components, but can you guess? Can you say 100% okay? There is no issues in the item components. Let's test only these two and confirm this testing. Can we do that? No, normally, right? As a tester's mentality, we should check each and everything. We have to test other 18 components. So testing of other 18 components, even though there is no bug, right? 18 components that we call regression test. Because you don't know, right? By fixing up these two, there could be issue of other 18 also. Can we guarantee that without testing it? Understood?
Yeah, got it.
I mean, we can't say guarantee, right? We can't say guarantee, no, because there could be issue, there could not be issue. As a tester, our duty is we have to give a sign off whether manual testing or automated testing says this application is clear, there is no bugs, let's go to the next environment, like current production. Because in the production, if you found this type any bug, minor bug or major bug, that's very critical. Because the production means real users, right? So, sorry, hello. So yeah, please be mute if you are right. So in the production, right, it's very, very important not having the bugs, even the minor bugs, because that impacts very, very effectively. So let's say, right, we have the billion sales, right, all the offers of New Year, all these things. So now if you think Amazon and Flipkart both are competing, or Amazon and Walmart, right? So if both are competing, so which one will you prefer? They're giving both same discounts. So we'll be preferring the application which doesn't have issues, or we should have a seamless, smooth process, right? So if you have any bugs now, that could cause frustration to user. So that user may not go to that application. So in this competition of IT world, right, each and everything is important. Because we have, suppose we want to buy anything now, we have a lot of competitors for each and everything. So that's why the testing is very, very important to make sure we are deploying or we're delivering the application properly to the production environment. So in the senses, right, do you consider IT component also? Sure, that fixing is true. Okay. Yeah. So now, why Selenium? So Selenium is like a open source tool which will be using for only automation of web applications. Okay, of web application. Web application. So now you guys idea on, right? What is web application? What is APIs? What is backend application? You guys have any idea on the applications type? Just before going to all these things. Everyone? Just start or unmute and tell me. You guys have idea on the application, like backend application, front-end application, or UI, APIs. If you're not able to tell, just ping me in the chat separately. So shall I cover the topics or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Shall I cover it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So whenever you see anything on the browsers, right? The Chrome browser, Safari, Internet, Firefox. Whenever you see application on any browser, that's called web application. If you see the UI, right? The front end nothing but the screen, entire screen is there. No? This is the front end. If you see the front end application, that it's a UI. It's called UI, user interface. So user will be able to click on, do this thing, right? It's called user interface, called UI. It's called front end application. So if you see the application on the browser, by hitting the URL, that's we call web applications. Okay, so backend application is nothing but APIs, where there is no interface of those applications. Okay, that's called APIs. Generally, that will be deployed in the backend, right? So we will be using them, that some REST clients or some clients are there to use that. That's called backend. So if deep application means if you are able to access the database directly, that's called deep application. So Selenium can only do automation of web application only. It can't automate desktop or it can't automate APIs. It can automate only our application of web. Okay, that's a web application, right? Suppose in our mobiles, right, you will get weather information, correct? So how is they getting weather information? Because your mobile company has tied up with a weather company, says that I need a weather service. Because see, if you're going for public, if you're going for markets, no, everything should be authentic and legal. So they can't copy or someone code or someone deploy their own. So everything should be authenticating. So what will happen? No? The weather company people will provide APIs. So whoever want the weather information, they'll simply integrate the APIs. That's called backend application. So your mobile is front end and your APIs are using weather information, that's backend. They simply integrate the APIs of weather to your mobile application. It's clear, right? Now, what is the UI application or web application or backend or APIs? Suppose if you take the logins, right? Most of the applications you see login with Facebook, login with Gmail. Right? So what is that? So here, our application using Facebook login APIs, Google login APIs to authenticate. So those are the APIs which is integrated in our main application. So whenever you say APIs integrated, it's called backend. You see the front end UI like this as a web application. Right? Now, okay. So it's nothing but a library, a set of components. It's not a tool. Selenium is not a tool. Selenium is a library. It has some set of tools integrated that we call Selenium. Okay. So we have advantages of Selenium is like parallel testing, right? Suppose I want to test a different Chrome browser, Firefox browser, or Safari, or Internet Explorer same time. And Selenium can integrate within any other open source tools for the reports, for the generation of the grid, like lot of things advantages are there. We'll be discussing one by one. Okay, and it can run on any OS. It's Mac or Windows or Linux. There's no dependency on the machine environment. Selenium can run on any OS. Okay, so these are like main advantages of the today we'll be discussing, right? Okay, so the session will be will stop in 3.5 minutes, right? So I'm just ending the call. Please join again on the same link, everyone. So I'm just ending the session. So this time limit. So I'm just ending the session. Please join on the same link now immediately. Okay, just yeah, I'm just ending this. Please join again now only.
Okay.
Right. So that are a bit advantages of Selenium. So we'll be discussing one by one slowly, right? Now, so there is a disadvantage of Selenium too. So Selenium, as I mentioned, Selenium can't automate desktop. And Selenium can't have inbuilt report functionality. So for each and every disadvantages, Selenium is alternative also. It can mix with some other tool to make sure that disadvantage has advantage. Okay. Along with Selenium, so the Selenium is for web application, right? Suppose now mobile application. So we have to do mobile application automation also, right? For few projects. So if you learn the Selenium, you can do mobile automation also. So because mobile automation testing is called API. It's the same as Selenium only. If you learn Selenium and work properly, you can do mobile automation testing too. There is like some extra libraries will be there. You need to understand that. But the basic common concepts are same for Selenium and API. Okay, as a mobile application, there's some extra things, but concept is same. So if you learn Selenium, this is where one of the advantages. So we can do mobile automation testing also for the mobile apps, along with the web apps. Okay, and along with our functional testing automation, we have perform testing, right? So perform testing nothing but do a load testing to make sure our application is able to break or not. So in that, it's like as an open source and commercial as a load. Okay, so I do teach JMeter for some of the students. So I have an idea on the perform testing. So that we'll be covering that knowledge too. Okay. And after this performance, after this function, one more thing is security. What is security testing? Security testing is nothing but even though the application data shouldn't be breached outside or shouldn't be shared. So that's why security testing. We'll be testing the application in the security level. Right? Whether we are getting any data out of it without logging. Or whether we are getting using passwords. I'm using a lot of ways are there. So that's what security testing. Okay, so these are the generally types of testing will be applicable to the in a normal project, right? Functional automation performance security. So security is very rare. Like you can say only 10% of the projects may have it. Performance you can say 60% or 70% projects may have it. But functional automation testing, 100% of 100 projects will have that. Okay, so if you see any company, right, if you go for interview, they may ask questions at the time of interview. They may say that we need automation, guys. We need automation. They may ask questions on that. But once you join the project, there could be less chance of automation. There could be 30 or 40% only, 60% manual, or 80%, 30, 50, 50 like that. Okay, but to clear the interview purpose, you should have a good knowledge of this Selenium. If you have good project, like we are not sure, no? If you got 100% program automation, that's very good. But in the real time, we have both that we call hybrid role, where that guy has to do functional testing and the automation testing. Okay? Yeah. Right? I told you that limitation. It can't touch the desktop. But desktop, wherever you do install the EXEs, right, in our machines, that's called desktop application. Calculator is the desktop application. Calculator.
Ravi, I'm not able to hear properly. Your voice is breaking in between.
Okay, okay. It's clear now? Now?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, for now, yes.
Yeah. So what is desktop application? Sorry. Calculator is a desktop or web application? It's a web application or desktop? Calculator.
That's a desktop.
Desktop.
Desktop, right? Because installed in OS, not
Yep.
actually in browser, right? So these things, because some of the projects may have desktop application, right? So in those cases, no, Selenium can't use. But with this alternative called Auto IT tool, with the help of Auto IT tool, you can integrate or you can test desktop too. But not 100%, but one. Other thing is, suppose we have a reporting, right? Suppose I have 100 test cases. In 100, I want to know a report, how many test cases pass, how many test cases fail. Correct. That's where now that report will be sharing to our managers or client. But Selenium doesn't have that reporting facility. Because Selenium doesn't have the reporting facility, but we have other components, other libraries. With the help of that libraries, we can use the tool and we can do that.
So you mean to say it's a kind of system testing?
It's a kind of, yes, it's kind of, yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay.
No, that's what I told you. If you know Selenium, 40 comments, that's it. Selenium is very easy. You only have to concentrate on the Java. That's why we'll practice lot of code in our sessions, Java, such that you become Java expert. So once we are good with Java, then only we'll going with the Selenium. Right? So people who think coding Java is a bit complex, bit tough, no, it's very easy. So you just follow the concept rule. Okay, so we'll be discussing, right?
Hey, Ravi, just a question. So when you say commands, what do you mean?
Like driver dot find element, right? Driver dot switch dot manage dot switch to get element, get text. Those are the commands.
Okay, those kind of, okay.
Yeah. So we'll be learning Selenium, Java, right? We'll be learning continuous integration, Jenkins, Maven, Cucumber. So we'll be learning these topics in our class. It's end-to-end automation framework, not only Selenium Java, end-to-end reporting, end-to-end continuous integration, and Cucumber BDD. Right? Behavior driven network. We'll be covering all these topics in our class. It's end-to-end. It's not only Selenium, only Java. We'll be covering all the extra things on this one. Okay. And every 3 days, 2 days, right, we'll have assignments in the class so that I will get to know, right? Okay, whether you are understanding it properly or not. And while doing assignment only, you will get a doubt. Simply listening to the class, you be thought, okay, yeah, okay, I listen to this class, okay, I got it. No. You remember 1 or 2 days, but after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you will forget it. If you're looking for a job, till you got the job, you have to practice. Right? If you're looking for internally, just remember the concepts. Just spend half an hour to 1 hour, whatever we learn in the class, right? Just practice. That's it. Without practice, Java and Selenium is not easy. That's why I will be having assignments and we'll be discussing, right? So in every class, no, it's not like I will tell you. So I will be asking the questions. Okay, what is the command? Do this. So once you tell the command, then only we'll go ahead with the continuation. It's not like I will tell like this. That's why class will be more interactive, because this is the best way to learn or remember the concepts easily. Okay, and I'll show you one of the batch videos, right? How what are we covering? You see, this is the previous batch videos. You see, like this, like see, day 20 is going on, so like testing basics. right? And then we covered Java, the loops, the list, then strings. Then we're covering Selenium. If you see the locators, that locator concept, we'll be spending like 4 to 5, 6 hours on this locators only because it's very important. Like that, we'll be covering all the things. So I told you, right, there's no time limitation. We'll be covering A to Z till you understand it. Okay, so I have an experience on other things also. That knowledge also I will be sharing to you so that you can have a good advantage, right? At least not like suppose it's performance testing. It's not like you should have 100%. At least 10% should. It's beneficial, right? Whenever you go for interviews or whenever switching process internally, say they may ask you whether you have experience on the performance. You can say, okay, I have an idea. I know what is the things to do, like that. Okay, so now let me know what are the doubts you have, whether is it okay or you have any feedback, or now only are you are expecting anything else. Okay, we will be having a demo 2 to 3 days, don't worry. So slowly we will understand, you can understand me, and you can let me know at any time if not able to understand it. It's not like one day demo. Tomorrow also same link, same time. Okay, right. So any other doubts now? Yeah.
I have few questions.
Yes.
So for joining this session, like how many days you will be taking up this session?
So generally expected class is 45 days.
45 days. Okay, so the same timing, is it?
Yes, same timing. On the weekends, right? We can little bit flexible about timings. Where everyone is okay. Na? Weekend.
Okay.
Yeah. On the weekdays, it's 8 a.m. IST. I'm from India, so it's 8 a.m. IST.
So you'll be sharing the payment details at all?
Yeah. So the guys who shared the link, right? You can discuss with them.
Yeah,
The payment did everything.
okay.
The consultancy.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about the job guarantee here?
So that's also you can discuss consultancy. They will tell you because they have more idea because they will deal with the jobs, right? Right.
Okay.
But from my side,
So
we have job support too. We have
okay.
all types of support for the job. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So that's what the model will get from the consultants guys.
So
I can
like
tell you,
once
but not in front of everyone. No, that's right.
yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
So once after 45 days, of course, is completed, and in case if we didn't get a job, so until we get a job, so will you be supporting, or how it will be?
Yeah, we have that way also. And second way is you can continue the other batch also parallelly, right? If you,
Okay.
if you feel not comfortable selling or not able to understand, right? Because see, once you attend 1-2 interviews, then you'll get to know what is our feedback, correct? We are missing.
Yeah.
So we'll be
Okay.
noting that point, then we'll be discussing that in our classes. I mean, after that 45 days. If you're not able to,
Okay.
you're not able to clear it. What are things we can discuss that one also. Yeah.
Currently,
Okay. And
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, another thing which you were discussed about the technical part, can you just show me the open source environment, the Selenium in the browser?
No, I didn't do. What I need to show the browser?
The Selenium open source thing which you have mentioned at the earlier. Can you just show me the link? Like which one do you use?
No, it's one link only. Selenium is one link. You can see Selenium hq.org. By default, you drive to selenium.dev. This is the official website of Selenium. You will download everything from this website. All the libraries, all official things from selenium.dev.
Or this is a kind of an environment we need to set up, is it?
No. This is a library. Suppose I want to do load testing on, automate my environment, right? So I'll be using IntelliJ, right? And I will be using the form.xml. I'll show you. So I will be setting environment in my local. As I will be giving, right? So I'll be mentioning everything here. So it will download everything in my local. So my environment is my local here while we teaching to you.
Okay.
What ID is this?
It's IntelliJ. We'll be covering all the course class in IntelliJ. So no issues. I will tell you how to download, how to set up everything from scratch.
Okay, so sorry, I didn't get it. What is it? E2J?
IntelliJ idea.
Oh, Intel J. Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah, this is like, people are using Eclipse, right? But this is advanced version. But you can use Eclipse if you're comfortable, but otherwise you go with Intel J.
So you do coding and all only on this platform?
Yes, Intel J. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Any other doubts?
So one quick question I
yeah.
have. So like, I mean, I see Selenium RC, Selenium IDE, Selenium Grid, right? So all those are like used for different purposes, or is it like yeah?
No,
Can you
only
explain?
we have only two things now. Selenium IDE and RC got merged. That's called WebDriver.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll be discussing by only have two components, WebDriver and Grid. In the Selenium.
Grid.
So
Okay.
we'll be discussing these two in the class.
Okay. So Grid and
WebDriver
WebDriver is slightly different, right? The
yes.
purpose is different.
Performance is different, yes.
Okay.
Okay, others? Any other doubts? Don't worry, feel free to ask me, and I will be sharing my email now. So you can, if you want, write any other questions, personal questions, any extra things you want to know, then mail me and discuss. Okay, I think my email in chat. Please note down, and if you're not able to discuss here, you can drop an email to me. Okay. Yeah. Any other doubts? Don't worry. The first day, right, you will be a little bit clumsy or dilemma. Don't worry. The second or third day in the demos, you will understand slowly. Okay. Because see, I'm also from a manual testing background, non-IT background in my starting of the career. Right. It's like I spend a time on learning, practicing. So it's not like that anyone can learn the code and Java. So you don't have to worry on that side first. Because I'm also non-coder. Right? Because I thought, okay, I was in manual testing for 3-4 years in my starting of the career. So at a parallel, I was doing performance testing, but not automation testing. So then I figured, okay, I may not able to code, because that's why I picked up performance testing, so that I don't have to write much code right in the performance testing. But then I figured out, no, let's learn, let's see whether I can do it or not. Then I learned, I followed few things. Then I found it's very easy, but you know only the concepts. So then I moved to automation testing. So I did with Selenium, Selenium with Java, Selenium with the Python, like that. So it's not like that concept you can't learn or can't. It's very easy. You know the concept. That's why I'm spending a lot of time on basics and Java first. Not that's what Selenium. So that once you're comfort with Selenium, right, Java, right, so Aram you can write the code in Selenium. Okay, because Selenium is a library. That's I told you 40 commands. If you know the 40 commands, that's it. Go on. Selenium is ready. Interviewer can ask any question, or a project could be anything. If you know the 40 concept, you can learn easily. Okay, you will get to know after 4 or 5 days class only. After Java, right? Once you start Selenium, you will get to know. Okay, Selenium is very easy. You can learn, you can automate any application. Because at that time, assignment, right, I will give a random IT application to you. So you will get to know once you complete your assignment. Okay, so I think everyone has noted down my email, right? The chart. Okay. Any other questions? Everyone, it's clear? Any other doubts? Anything related to testing, related to the course, related to class? No, right? Okay. Then shall we end this course today? Okay. So please join the same link again tomorrow, same time 8 a.m. IST. Okay. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can drop an email. And I told you, right, regarding a few things, you can check with the consultancy. Okay. So tomorrow also we'll be having demo, same time 8 a.m. IST.
The class will be continued in the same time, or do we have any other timings?
I mean, for first 15 days, first I think 12 days will same time. Later, it can move to 1 hour before or 1 hour later, based on right people comfortness, everyone. Like what is the majority, then we'll go ahead with it. But first 15 days would be like same 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. IST.
Okay.
So you will be giving the demo, whatever you are given today, you will be doing the same again tomorrow, or how it will be?
Tomorrow we'll continue the demo. Same
Okay.
thing. I want to
It will
repeat
be a
this.
continuation.
Continuation.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever discuss high level, right? Tomorrow we'll discuss in a little bit deeper.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Clear? Shall we meet tomorrow then, everyone?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks a lot.
And one more
Yeah.
thing. So the sound problem won't be there tomorrow because I'll be changing the laptop. Okay. So please don't mind about the sound. Yeah. So tomorrow onwards, you won't feel that sound disturbance.
Sure. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Have a good one.